I'm here with Lucas and Ty, two college students in Nashville.
Hey.
Wanted to talk to you guys about the pandemic and what's been going on with you since it all started. How old are you guys?
20.
Okay, so you graduated 2 years ago?
Yep.
What did you do after high school?
Went straight to MTSU.
Okay.
And, it was just a college student for 2 years. Well, almost 2 years.
Okay. Lucas?
Same thing.
Both of you are at MTSU?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are either of you taking classes online now?
No.
Okay. Doesn't seem like MTSU is even open, right?
Not really, no. It's a skeleton crew at best.
Okay.
I stopped this semester just because last semester at the end, when spring break rolled around and they were like, your extended vacation is extended forever, those classes transitioning to online were really tough for me.
So you didn't finish this semester?
We finished the semester online, but like I have a bunch of classes where the transition from physical classes to online classes was super tough, and luckily they made it all pass-fail, so I passed.
Okay, well that was cool then.
That was fine.
Definitely. Tell me what you guys were doing when you found out about the pandemic.
Like where were you when 9/11 happened type? Or just in
No,
general?
just in general, like what was going on? What were your thoughts?
I was going to classes, and I had heard that a situation akin to what happened back in the day with Ebola, somewhere far away something's happening, and it could get here. And then it got here very rapidly.
Were you guys scared?
Not really. No. We're not really the target.
Yeah, no, once, reports started coming in and being like, it's really dangerous to the elderly, I was like, that's not really me.
Not really us.
But still not really cool about it.
It's not cool still.
So were you concerned about, you weren't really concerned about your health then, or were you concerned about family members' health at all?
I was definitely mostly concerned about being a passenger for it.
Yeah.
Rather than it harming me.
Giving it on to someone. I live with my grandmother, who is definitely the target demographic that the virus wants to hit, and being a transmitter was definitely a worry.
Okay.
And I live with my mother, who's getting up there.
So I would say that March came around and pretty much changed your plans in both of your lives.
Yeah, we were back February, March. We were making plans on getting an apartment together, actually, and then his job was decided to get rid of him because of COVID coming in and him being there for not even a month.
Yeah, it was 2.5 weeks, and then places started shutting down because of COVID, and they were like, you're seasonal, you're the first to go. And I was like, oh, no, not like this.
I was reading an article that, your generation, the millennials, are the ones that are most affected by job loss through this pandemic.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's weird. We're also the most non-essential workers, demographic-wise, aren't we?
I don't know the numbers on that.
You're an essential worker.
I've been an essential worker since it started, so I don't know about that.
How do you feel about being an essential worker? Did you think that working at CVS would end up to be such an important position?
No. I mean, doesn't really feel that much different other than, just taking extra steps to make sure the area is clean. And then also, they gave us, I think, 2 months. I think it was for May and for June. They gave us bonuses for working during the time, which was a little bit of a slap in the face because it was taxed very hard, like 33% taxed.
Wow.
Bonus was supposed to be like $300. We got $200.
Oh, that doesn't seem quite fair.
No.
So, what does returning to school look like for both of you?
Hopefully everything is back to somewhat of normal. It's never going to be quite normal just because we know that this could happen now. But as far as like normal classes goes, I would like to return in January. But if not, I'm probably going to take some sort of online, 2 or 3 online classes in January.
If they do resume in January, are you guys going to go?
It depends on the situation. Like, if I feel, if it's still at the point where if I see, kids having a party on campus, and I feel like, wow, you guys are stupid, then I probably won't, if it still feels like that's the situation. But if I can go onto campus and see, groups of people like walking around or like in, like student union or whatever, and not be like, oh, they're risking people's lives, then maybe.
Yeah, if the numbers are at a spot where it's like, oh, this isn't as bad as it was. If Florida ever stops climbing, then maybe.
It's a good sign.
That's a breaking point.
Right. Florida numbers are very high. So pretty much your lives have just kind of been put on hold. Are you guys worried about a second wave?
Are we not in the second wave?
Not technically. It's still the first.
Oh, wow, that's unfortunate. Then yes, definitely. But I am becoming less worried about it as time goes on, because I do think that, as unfortunate as it may be, the more people succumb to the virus, the more everyone is like, wait a minute, there definitely is a need to change something.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about how the pandemic has been handled? By our government?
By our government, not well. Globally, not bad. There's a lot of places that are completely fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's been like 3 weeks since New Zealand had a case, right?
Yeah, even Canada hasn't. I think they had like a whole day without a case not too long ago.
It's pretty solid. But
And it's really just like
really
hearing about what they did to prevent it and how they're, having such good like
times.
low numbers is really just like very obvious.
What
Because
do you
there's,
guys think would have been do you think we should have been locked down longer?
I mean, we should have been locked down harder and longer, yeah.
It's definitely a collective American mindset, because in other places it's like, oh, we're all going to do this thing together, so here in a month we're gonna be good. And America seems like some of us are gonna do this thing together,
Yeah.
and then we'll kind of see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I agree with that. It doesn't seem like it was really a collective effort whatsoever. Are you worried about your future? Not, taking this break from school? Do you think it's going to be harder to go back, or?
I mean, it's always hard to go back to school. I don't know. After not having any classes for a while, I'm definitely ready to progress in some sort of way. Stopping education completely has really been like, wow, I'm getting dumber by the minute. I gotta get back in there.
Yeah, now's really been a time where I've finally, probably for some of my life, I'm ready to learn some stuff and get a little bit of knowledge going.
And
I'm not.
That may just be because we've been hanging out inside for the past 4 months.
Maybe.
There's
Maybe
not
just
really
miss the school experience.
or experiences in general.
That too, yeah.
And how do you guys think that it's going to look, when people start interacting again?
I hope that everyone understands how gross everybody was before. Children are the worst.
It's true.
There's so many videos of children licking things, like poles,
Yeah.
random stop signs. I'm like, I'm glad everyone has realized how gross children were. And maybe just keep the mask. Mask are big vibes. Maybe not required, but if you have a cold, now that masks
Yeah.
are normalized, I would like to see sick people just wearing masks all the time. That'd be fine.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And they're saying that we're supposed to have a really big flu season this year. So I know that, like, the county officials, that paramedics, they're worried about the flu coming in and everybody thinking it's COVID and it's going to overcrowd our hospitals and emergency rooms because everybody's going to freak out and go to the hospital and call 911, and paramedics are going to be running like crazy. I know they're all preparing for that. So that's something that, and a mask would help in the flu situation as well. Even though they say COVID's like 7 times more contagious than the flu. But
I mean, that probably also helps that there are flu shots. There's not really something like that for COVID yet.
Still waiting on a vaccine.
And I think Trump announced that it would be April 2021
That's so cool.
before one is available. I think I read that today. So, okay, well, thank you for your time today, and good luck to both of you.
Thanks.
Thanks.